Alright, hello boys and girls, moms and dads, welcome to Homeschool Academy. This is week number 3, grade 5 science and technology, and today we're going to be talking about the third week in the curriculum. This is going to be the third part of scientific investigation and reasoning. This is going to be scientific investigation and reasoning part number 3, and today we're going to be talking about the tools and methods used in scientific investigation and inquiry. Perform an experiment to create a rainbow. So it's going to be a lot of fun, so get ready for your supplies. We're going to be taking a look at that. Now let's talk about tools and methods that are used in scientific experimentation to start with. There are certain tools that you may need to know as you study science that are used in doing experiments in science. Well, these tools are listed over here, and by the end of this lesson today, your mom or your dad is going to be tasked with a research project to search the internet for pictures of these tools. So there are tools like a calculator, for example. How many people have seen a calculator before? I believe you've seen a calculator before. Maybe your phone even has a calculator app. Well, you're going to be needing those kind of tools, especially in advanced scientific experimentations later on. Well, there are tools like a microscope. You are going to need a microscope at advanced science levels. What's a microscope? Well, a microscope is an instrument that is used to see objects that we cannot see physically with our naked eyes. So moms and dads, as I'm going through this, you're welcome to check on the internet for these tools right now. So for example, I'm going to show you how to do that. So you click on your browser. You click on your browser. You can use any browser that you are familiar with. In this case, I am using the Firefox browser, and I am going to do google.com. I type in google.com into that browser, then I am going to say a picture of microscope. Alright, so you type in a microscope, and you can go to the images section of it, and then you can see a microscope. So look at this one over here. So this is a microscope. This is the way it looks. You may not have a microscope in your home, but that's understandable. This is a homeschooling program. We don't have a microscope in our home as well, but it's going to suffice right now at this stage for your student to understand and appreciate how a microscope actually looks. Now this website is taking a couple of moments to open up for me, so let me go to another website. So let's click on this one. Just clicking on it. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. Alright, we can just scroll through this little preview of this stuff over there. So typically what happens is you're going to use a microscope like this person is trying to use a microscope over here. And I think if you have the chance, you may want to go ahead and maybe purchase from this website. So the microscope is going to be placed maybe on a table, and you are going to be putting objects below the microscope and take a look at it. And then you can see the details inside that object that maybe your regular natural eyes cannot see. Well, that is going to be a microscope for you. Alright, so I think the image is finally trying to open for me over here. Oh, look at it. So that's how a microscope looks like. Alright, so moms and dad, please go ahead and take that advantage to walk your child through what a microscope is going to look like. Well, you're going to do the same thing for the remainder of the tools over here, like a camera. You want to go ahead and show your child what a camera looks like if they haven't seen it before, what a computer looks like. I doubt it that they haven't seen it before. Most likely they've seen computers and cameras before. Hand lenses and metric rulers, Celsius thermometers and prisms and mirrors and pan balances and triple beam balances. All these are going to be easily searchable from your google.com so that you can show your child what tools are available for scientific experimentation. Now, let's go to our experiment for today. We're going to be trying to create a rainbow. Many people remember what a rainbow looks like, especially after it rains a little bit. Well, we're going to try to simulate that experience and create a rainbow by ourselves. All right, what's the hypothesis? We are going to demonstrate that light is refracted or bent when it enters another substance of a different density. We are going to demonstrate that white light is made of different wavelengths or components. We are going to demonstrate that each wavelength bends differently, and that is the reason we see a rainbow. So there may be certain words that you haven't heard of before. Refracted, what does that mean? It means bending. Okay, so when light switches from one medium to another, and the media have different densities, light is going to bend or change its direction a little bit. We're going to prove that point. And we want to prove the point that white light is actually made of different wavelengths or different components. And actually that's what the rainbow is all about. Have you heard of Roy G. Beeve in some cases? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Those are the different components of white light for you. So what are the procedures? Well, the first thing we are going to do is to get our supplies, which will include a big bowl of water in a container, a clear container, and a sheet of white paper, a mirror, and a well-lit window, sunlit window. Now you are going to place your bowl in front of a well-lit window. Okay, then you are going to place a mirror halfway into the water facing the window. Okay, then you are going to hold a piece of paper in between the mirror and the window. What's the expected observation? Well, the expected observation is that you are going to see a rainbow on a piece of paper with the Roig-Beeve band of colors. What is Roig-Beeve? Roig-Beeve is going to be red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Well, the conclusion of that is that light is refracted or bent when it enters another substance of a different density. And white light is made of different wavelengths or components. So these are your supplies over here. This is the expectation that we are going to see on our sheet of paper when it is projected onto a piece of paper by a mirror that faces a bowl of water. Now, let's see how that's going to typically take a look at. I'm going to try to draw it for you over here. So this is going to be your window. Let's see here. So this is my window. And I am going to do this here. Stickers, 3D shapes, brushes. All right, that's what I wanted. I'm going to take my brush, and I believe I am going to get something like this. All right, so we're going to get our window here. So let's assume this is the window. Okay, this is the window here. You may have a window in your home that looks like this. Okay, and the sun is coming through it. Okay, so we're seeing the sun coming out like that, beaming through the window. And then what you want to do then is to grab a bowl of water like this, and you want to make sure that you fill it with this bowl of water. Okay, so you're gonna have water like this in the bowl. You're gonna have water, 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 just like that in the bowl. It's gonna be facing the window. Then you are going to grab your mirror, which I'm going to try to use another color for, maybe a mirror over here like this. Place that mirror halfway, okay, into the bowl of water. So the mirror is going to be facing this window just like that. And then when you place it halfway into the bowl of water, you want to dip it in such a way that the sun is going to be reflecting from one part of the mirror. Let's say right here. So let's say this is going to be the sun coming down like this. It's coming to heat. It's going to be heating this part of the mirror. Make sure the sun is heating this part of the mirror that is inside that water. And then when it hits it, it's going to be reflected back this way. Okay, so what you're going to do right now then is to grab yourself a sheet of paper like this. Okay, grab a sheet of paper and it's going to be reflected back onto that sheet of paper. What are you going to see? When you do that properly, you can adjust the sheet of paper, the distance between the sheet of paper and your mirror and the window. You are going to see what we call that rainbow. You are going to see a color of red. You're going to see red, green. You're going to see green like this. You are going to see blue. Use this for my blue. You are going to see indigo. Let me see, use this for my indigo. You're going to see orange. You're going to see orange. You're going to see orange, roig beef. Red, orange first at least. Red, orange, green, blue, indigo, and violet. So try to do that experimentation. It's going to be a lot of fun for you. Dads and mom, you're welcome to help the child to do that. So the experiment we're trying to do today is how to create a rainbow, create an experience of a rainbow using a container of water that faces a well-lit window and with a sheet of paper in between. Alright, so please go ahead and try to answer these questions over there. So for example, how many colors of the rainbow did you see? I'm assuming you are going to be able to see all the roig beef colors. What is refraction? Refraction occurs when light bends and changes its direction as it enters a medium of a different density. Light slows down or speeds up when it enters another medium that is different in density. As a result, light changes direction or bends. What's this phenomenon called? Well, that's going to be refraction over there. Alright, so then the project that you're going to be doing with your mom or your dad is to get all the tools. Make sure you get a visual of all the tools by searching on the internet for what the tools actually take a look like. So you're going to see a calculator, microscope, camera, and all of that. So please take advantage of that. Alright, and as our customers, remember the scripture for today is Malachi chapter 6. Chapter 3 and verse 6. Everything else may change, but our God doesn't change. So remember, God cares about you, and so do we. Until next time, bye-bye for now.
I'll be your hero's buddy, and as you study with heroes born, I will be your friend. So don't you